Hello guys, you're welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be making a corset decorative loop. I need you to pay attention, okay? So now the first thing you need to do is to mark the exact size of the loop. Here I marked 1.25 inches. That is how wide I want it to be. You can make yours smaller, you can make it half an inch, you can make it 0.75 inch. All right, and also make sure you mark that wideness away from the top. Okay, you leave like 1.65 inches away from the top. All right, now what I'm doing here right now is I'm marking the allowances left, the seam allowances left by the side, which is half inch. All right, now all right, so mark it down to the end just to guide you in order to not to make it. If you can sew without marking it, good and fine. All right, so now sew on that line, on that half inch line, straight down. Okay, this is to give you a guide on the next step. Nothing serious about it. If you can do without it, good and fine, but then you need this guide to help you on the next step. All right, so now turn it over, right, and then take out your Redlin boning, your sewable boning, place it a little bit away from that line. All right, let's say 0.1 inch away from that line that was sewn. Now do not forget to place a tape at the beginning of your boning. Okay, now if you watch now, you can see that I'm not saying exactly on at the beginning of this fabric. I'm saying exactly 0.65 inch away from the very top beginning. Please remember you have to sew that place too. So you do not need your boning to start from the very beginning, and also too at the end. You do not need your boning to get to the end. So you leave the allowances that you are going to use to sew. Here I left 0.65 inches allowances, and also I secured the end of the boning. Now this is very important because if you do not secure, it will hurt you eventually. All right, so now once you sew the first side, do the same thing to the other side of the boning. This is to help secure the boning at the other side too. All right, do that to the end. Okay, now the next step is that you place another Regilene boning, this time around not too close to the first boning. Let's say 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch, or just as you can, half an inch away from the first boning. Okay, it could be more, it could be 0.75, or half an inch is okay for me. Or if you want to place what's it called, this the other boning, the one that is not sewable, sometimes that side can be a loop. Pass you can by the time you are done sewing, you can pass the other boning through that space. Okay, so depends on how big your boning is, that will determine the amount of space you leave between each boning. Okay, so also secure it at the other side too. Don't forget to place your tape just as I did though, please don't forget. All right, so now the next step is that you take the other parts of the oh sorry you take your pin. Now look at what I'm doing exactly. Now you start placing the pin from the beginning of the boning. Place it out on the 1 inch allowance that was left, just exactly as you can see that I'm doing right now, from the beginning of the boning. Not really on top of the boning, just the beginning of the boning, very very close on that line that was sewn. Okay, pass the pin through to the half-inch allowance that was left. Do that down to the end, to the last, on all the marked lines. All the marked lines, place them on all the marked lines. This is very easy to do. In fact, this is the easiest way of making a decorative loop. In fact, if you do it smaller, you see the beauty of it will come out. Okay, now that you have done, you take your cord or whatever it is that you're going to use for your loop. Now watch closely on what I'm going to do right now. Hold on, just watch closely and see. the magic I'm going to perform. Now, place your cord. Use a pin to secure it. Once you put it close to the first pin, use a pin to secure it. Right, good. Now, take it over, under, please let it go under that first pin, then under the second pin, and then cross it. Just look at what I'm doing. You can see, cross it like that. Okay, right. Then do the same thing to the next pin. Just watch closely. Take your time. Do not rush this video. Take your time. All right, just like that. Continue like that. On top of the next pin. Go round it like that. Continue like that. Okay, you can see it's very easy. Very, very, very easy. Just take your time and go through this video, especially this part, because this is the most important part. It will look difficult at first, but then by the time you do it, just if you make any mistake, just go back for the beginning and see exactly what I did. Okay, just see like that. Now use a longer pin. It's easier when you use a longer pin, like those pins, colored head pins. Those longer ones makes it easier. This shorter one is a bit difficult. Okay, so now once you get to the last pin, do not go round the last pin. Just as it's the same way we start at the very beginning of the first pin. You can see now. Okay, so I've turned it to this side now so that you can see it properly. Just go round it. Don't just go over the head. Don't round it. Don't go round it. Okay, use another pin to secure it. All right, and then cut it out. So now the next thing you do now is to sew on it. Okay, this is a closer view of how it looks like. Okay, just look at it. I hope you can see this. Okay, this is just to show you, to get a closer view of how it looks like. All right, I hope you're understanding this. If you can't understand, just go back to the video. It's easy, very easy. All right, so now sew exactly on 1 inch. I mean half-inch allowance that was left. Please, not 1 inch or half inch. The allowances that are left. Remember that what we are using is half-inch. All right, so sew exactly on the 1 inch. Remove your pins and then sew again just to secure it properly. You can see, look at it now. The decorative loop is now coming now. Now just imagine that I made it smaller. You see that all the loops will be crossing on each other, but I didn't want smaller ones because I didn't want to be lacing over and over again. So now take the other parts, because remember the facing. Use the facing to cover it up and then sew very close. Okay, so exactly on the 1 inch allowance that was left. Yeah, and then this is me sewing at the half-inch allowance left at the top. Look at what I just did now. Please rewind back so that you can see what I did here exactly. This is to help to reduce the bulk at the tip. See the way I folded it. You can fast rewind, play on slow motion to see exactly what I did there. Okay, all right, so now I'm bringing them out properly. Okay, and then I'm going to sew on top of, close to the boning, right? Okay, just like you're securing it, give it that corset look. So I'm not sewing on top of the boning, I'm sewing at the side of the boning, just the way you are seeing it now. This is what I was trying to do. So I did, and this is how it came out. Okay, once you are done, just secure the edges the way you want. This is a loop. These are the decorative loop. If you find this helpful, please comment, like, and share. This will help me to create more videos. Thank you so much for staying this long. You can check out my other videos.